One, two, three. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So picture this. First day on the job, you're the new manager, you got 5 or 6 employees reporting to you. Everything's good until you hear an heated argument with one of your employees and somebody on the phone. And it's obvious it's her ex-husband, boyfriend, or whatever, and they're going at it. And she's calling him every name in the book. They're talking about what he didn't do for the child and how he's not doing what he needs to do for the child, and back and forth and back and forth. And then the conversation's over. What do you do? What do you do? Now, this is real life. This actually happened to me. It was just wild. It was mind blowing. I had never experienced that before. Yeah, I've seen people or heard people use the phone at work, using the business phone and using their personal cell phones at work. But this was beyond. So subsequently, I did speak with the employee just to give her an opportunity to hear, introduce myself and what my standards were at work, but also to understand, try to understand a little bit more about who she was, and advised her that she needed to use a little bit more discretion at work with regards to her personal business. Needless to say, within a few days, we're back at it again, and it's round 2. The same thing going on. She and her ex going on and talking about what he hasn't done, what he needed to do, and how good he was as a father or how poor he was as a father. She and I spoke again. She was not happy, but I thought I needed to lay the groundwork. I also pointed out what the cell phone policy was in my company, which takes me to it's one of my pet peeves now. The use of the cell phone at work, texting at work, the use of personal cell phone at work. I understand that there is a certain amount of personal business that will be transacted at work because we're there so long. We're there, some of us 9-10 hours a day at work, and you need to respond to doctor appointments and things like that. Some of us are parents, and we need to be available for our children and what have you. But be discreet. Be discreet. First of all, from an employer's perspective, there needs to be a cell phone policy. There needs to be a cell phone policy in place so that new employees during orientation know what the cell phone policy is. And frontline managers need to enforce that. However, there should be some flexibility. I believe there should be some flexibility because you want to be able to allow folks to make a call or receive a call. What I'd suggest to my staff is, if you have to transact some personal business on your cell phone, leave the area. Leave the area, go to a conference room, go to the cafeteria, or do it during lunch. Make your calls during lunchtime. So here are my 5 tips. Number 1, know your company's policy concerning using your personal cell phone at work. Also, let your family know what your company's policy is concerning the use of your personal cell phone at work. Number 2, don't assume that it's okay to talk and text at work. Number 3, be discreet if you must use a cell phone at work. Keep the conversation short, handle your business, and then hang up. Number 4, be courteous. There are other people around you. Your coworkers do not want to hear your personal business. Number 5, turn off the sound. Put your cell phone on vibrate and keep it out of sight. I've had these experiences. This one particular employee that I'm speaking about, this went on. She was so challenged with her personal business, with not just her ex, but everything. And it was loud, and it made everyone so uncomfortable. It was a challenge that she and I had for her entire tenure there. But companies need to set limits. Managers need to enforce those limits. Texting and the use of personal phone calls, if they're prolonged, are basically cutting into productivity. Now, let me know what you think. If you are a manager and you've experienced these situations, let me know. If you're an employee and you believe that you should be able to use your cell phone, personal cell phone, whenever and wherever, I want to hear from you. So, maybe I'm coming at it the wrong way. But I was reading an article, if you see me looking down, I was reading an article online that the Hartford put out. And it said, face reality, cell phones are here to stay. And I agree with that. Cell phones are here to stay. However, but, we're trying to run a place of business. You can't have employees using cell phones all day during the day if you're trying to run a business. Employers need to set limits. Like, when is it appropriate, or when are personal cell phones, allowed or not allowed? During meetings, training sessions, conferences? Maybe not. When employees are interacting with customers? Maybe not. In production areas, kitchen areas, in the warehouse, when you're operating heavy equipment like cranes or forklifts? Certainly not. If you're a driver, you need to be careful if that's your profession, when using a cell phone. So this has been one of my pet peeves for a long time. And as a manager with over 30 years of experience in a corporate environment, it's been a challenge. It has really been a challenge. And I'd like to hear from some other managers who are out there, again, or some employees who are out there who feel that they must use just cell phones all day long, and just can't seem to stop texting and using their personal cell phone at work. So let me hear what you have to say. I'd be curious to start the discussion going. Thank you, and everybody, thank you for riding with me, and I will see you in my next production. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.